John, it is hard to believe, but it's been nearly a year since this project has started. Since we did this whole like, hey, why not just do these top tens and let people vote on them and see if we can come to a census on the best game of all time. And why not? Let's do some discussions on it because we have reached the penultimate vote, the penultimate discussion, where we've decided to go wild. We got a wild card vote here where any game, any mod, as long as changes up the gameplay, any fan game is viable. It is completely open-ended that anything could make it in for a last Hail Mary to see what our greatest games of all time are. And it was a lot. I knew this one was going to be rough as soon as it was.
It's a poll for anything. It can be infinite. There's so many different options. So it'd be hard to even find a consensus. And we've been going for so long that I am now in the afterlife. The light is so strong up here.
You've ascended to heaven.
I've ascended.
Well, I'm descending to hell. Oh gosh. But yeah, before that, I've been doing a lot of prep work for our final vote when this goes live. It'll be available to everybody, so you can vote on this. And so I just want to make some housekeeping notes on that before we actually get into the wild card vote. One of the big things I was trying to debate on right off the bat was our duplicates rule and what that applied to. So, for example, we have Castlevania the Dracula X Chronicles. It's a 3D reimagining of Rondo of Blood, but it still plays in 2D. And while there's some extra stuff there, I don't know if it's different enough from Rondo of Blood to warrant that, especially when Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night have both made it, which are the other extras in that collection. It's to the point where they re-released those two games in that collection, but not Rondo of Blood. It's the Dracula X Chronicles itself. It's odd. So I ultimately made the decision to replace it, which means we pull from the next in the PSP list, which already got pulled from thanks to the Final Fantasy Tactics Evilise Chronicles. So after War of the Lions got replaced, Daxter came in, and now the Dracula X Chronicles have been removed. Our new game in that set is God of War Chains of Olympus.
It's a cool one.
So I have played that one. It is very solid.
Yeah. It's crazy that they basically squeezed a PS2 quality God of War on a handheld. It's nuts.
Yeah. I forget the exact story of that one because I think the other PSP game, Ghost of Sparta, was about turns out Kratos had a brother. That's the whole thing. Likewise, I went through and decided we have Minecraft and we have Minecraft Classic. Is there really that much of a difference between them? Like, Classic doesn't have the survival mode and all that stuff, but there's been so much of the original Minecraft. Is there really any point of keeping Classic that anybody pines for Classic when you can just go into create mode and that's basically Classic?
Yeah, I'm sure there's minuscule stuff that diehard Minecraft fans would argue about, but I think I'd rather have more games in there.
Yeah, so it's just the entirety of Minecraft in that case. So I removed Minecraft Classic, and the next line from its poll, next game in line from its poll was the original Sims.
Incredibly worthy. I would kill Minecraft 10 times over for some Sims.
Man, I don't know if you can repeat that in Simlish. It's so brutal. And this one also created a bit of a debate. Ocarina of Time and Ocarina of Time 3D. There are a lot of differences. You could argue that the gameplay is different, but when you look at the core part of the game, it's essentially the same. It's not significantly different. And, so decided ultimately to combine the two. You can consider them both as part of it. That's basically what I'm doing because I'm listening to 3DS is also a thing there. It's just either or. it is there. So that removes Ocarina of Time 3D from the 3DS list. And our new game that makes it on is Mario Kart 7.
Cool.
So more Mario Kart games on the list, which I believe with that, the only Mario Kart game that did not make a top 10 is Super Circuit.
Oh, interesting. It's funny because in my personal top 10s, there's very few Nintendo systems that I'd put Mario Kart on. But I have a feeling in the wild card, we might be seeing a Mario Kart 7 adjacent mod again. Because it's very popular. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. We'll have to see. Oh wait, yeah, Super Mario Kart did not make the list. You're right, Natalie. So there's two.
Mm,
The two earliest ones did not make the list. Super Nintendo
okay.
is extremely competitive though, so that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so yeah, there is our cleanup for all that. So there's our new games, and so let's get to the wild card itself. 611 votes came in, very commendable.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets insane. 100, I counted 146 games before hitting 30 points, and you'll forgive me for not going to 10 because there are so many variations,
Yeah.
to the point that after 30 points, I can't even count the amount of games after that because I have 66 pages of games to go through. Now, granted, there's multiples on there that I have to combine, but I went as far, I counted 146 different games that I made sure that it would not have enough points to affect the top 50, and then went on there. But 66 pages of different games. Yeah, I wasn't
You
going to
did
count
this
all
to
that.
yourself. This is self-inflicted pain.
Yeah, I did. But it was worth it to see what made it onto this. So bear with me there. There's a lot of variety. Everybody had something different. But there was a consensus reached that we have a top 10. And John, are you ready to get to that top 10 and figure out what the heck are our top wild cards of all time, I guess, are in this case? Now, we debated whether to do our own personal top 10s or have you guess, but I'm going to give some hints because we'll stick with tradition. You know, we can say whether any of the ones that made the top 10 is in our personal lists. I guess we can
Okay.
say that.
Yeah, this is otherwise impossible for me to guess. So I need some kind of guidance, please.
Oh yeah, we're getting you guides on this one. So let's begin with number 10, coming in at 176 points.
Okay.
The points are very low because there is not a lot of consensus
Yeah.
going on here. So your clues, I'm going to give you a genre and a year.
Okay.
Okay. The genre, life sim. The year, 2020.
Okay. Oh no, I know. Like you think that life sim would narrow it down? It doesn't really. there's a lot of life sims out there. In 2020,
Yes.
my first thought was New Horizons, but that's is that on the list?
That's
already?
not on the list.
It's on the list. Oh. Okay, I guess I'll say New Horizons then.
At number 10, Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Wow. I guess some people felt very passionate about it not making it then.
Yeah, I think there was enough there because there were, we definitely got, I think we got, New Leaf made it on. I think that was the only Animal Crossing to make it on before this point.
You're right. The Switch is just such a competitive console. This was an incredibly defining game. At the time it came out, everybody was playing it. And I think the customization level it gave you as well. Like prior Animal Crossings were very much, you live in this town. The one that we give you is what you get. Whereas this one, you customize everything. You can customize the layout. You can make your own little waterfalls. You can make bridges and ladders and hop across rivers. It's just really robust. But the big thing going against it was because of the time it came out, people were playing it every day and they got burnt out. Like, I played it for 500 hours. There's nothing left to do. That's very much the consensus.
We're stuck at home. There's only so much you can do in this island.
Yeah, exactly.
You come to a limitation. So I think it was, COVID times was definitely a boon for it, but also it's sort of death knell where not death knell, but just people got tired of it a lot quicker. It seems like than New Leaf. Now, but it is getting new stuff. Amazingly, it's getting an update and it has that Switch 2 version coming out. Support is coming. They even brought back playing games on consoles in there, even though it has to go through NSO. But you know what? It works.
It's the only way we can play the NSO games without borders. They just have black outlines now.
Why can't they do that normally? That's dumb.
Just go do it through Animal Crossing.
I guess so. That's all the more reason to own Animal Crossing, I guess. But yeah, once again, this is not my genre. I've tried with New Leaf didn't quite click. Tried with New Horizons, didn't quite click. I enjoy it for what it is, but it's eventually I'm just like, I need something a little bit more than like just socializing and filling out stuff just isn't enough
It
for
was
me.
nice having this as just part of the daily routine. Like, I'd get up every morning, check for fossils, do a bit of fishing. I'd tune in for the turnips every week, and I had a really good routine going on. And I still occasionally revisit it, but it's not as daily as it used to be. But I respect everything it does, though. It's a gorgeous game with lots of just really cool moments. I think everyone probably has some kind of story with New Horizons about
Mhm.
whether it's just playing with friends or the time they were in at that moment. It's a very special game, like historically.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons at number 10. Let's go ahead and move on to our number 9 wild card pick, beating out New Horizons by 1 point.
Jesus Christ! Okay,
That's how close a lot of these are.
all right.
Your clues for this one, as for our genre, is visual novel
Mm-hmm.
released in North America in 2010.
North America in 2010.
Yes.
Okay. Is it? Do we count Phoenix Wright games as visual novels?
That it would fit in that genre, yes.
Okay.
Just to break it down is like that's sort of the like how else do you like courtroom drama? But that makes
Yeah,
it
yeah.
almost
So
too
it's
obvious.
it's one of the Ace Attorneys then.
It's not one of the Ace Attorneys.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I should
It's
have
no
let
one.
you go for it.
That's all good.
Uh,
No one the Ace Attorneys. 2010, probably a DS game though. I'd imagine.
I'm not going to give you any more hints. I already screwed up by saying it's not Ace Attorney, so I'll let you narrow it down.
Yeah. Did we? We didn't have 999, did we?
We did not have
No.
999.
Yeah, I think it's probably quite. I think I remember discussing it though because it was quite far along. Quite not long after the 10th spot, if I remember. So I'll lock in 999 then.
All right. At number 9, I should have kept my mouth shut, but on the other hand, it's very appropriate. 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
At number 9.
At number 9 is about as perfect as you could get.
Yeah.
This game's brilliant.
It's
I love this
spectacular.
game.
It's wonderful. How do you even go about describing it? I guess it's just like a lot of escape rooms, I suppose, but with just this wonderful narrative. Very, very clever. I haven't gone on to play every game in the series, though. And I feel like I should.
I haven't. I've not gone to play the other 2 games, which is a shame. I've not heard them as widely praised as this one, but I think that this one has the freshness aspect that might
Yeah.
also be affecting things. But you have this wildly varied cast. You have some puzzles that definitely trip me up at points. I had to really think about some of them. And then you have the fact that there's multiple playthroughs that give you different story outcomes in order to get that true ending that I absolutely took the time to go for. Like and it felt worth it to get that one final ending to see what the heck was going on. And it goes some places.
Yeah. I definitely feel like the DS got a lot of people into visual novels. Like, you have Phoenix Wright, you have 999. Then there's other games like Ghost Trick has elements of it. There's lots of really cool ones that just sort of push people into the genre, ones that kind of sit on the cusp of being a visual novel. And then people went on to play, far more like just traditional ones. But it's interesting how much this system formed people's tastes in a lot of ways.
I bet, yeah, they were more open to it. That the stylus kind of helped along with that. You
Yeah.
do some more like actual interactive stuff with it, and I just developed from it. I don't know. It has such a unique style, and it just kept me. Best I could say is just kept me invested the entire way through. Like I was always curious about what was going to happen next. And like I said, it goes places.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, wild game. It's become available on modern systems. Is it on the Switch?
It is not on the Switch. The most modern systems it's on is the PS4 and Xbox One or PC as part of the Nonary Games collection.
Why isn't it on the Switch? Like that's the most natural fit you could go
You
for.
think?
Yeah.
You think
Wild.
maybe they'll put out a Switch release that has all 3 games in the Zero Escape series.
Put some mouse controls in there.
That yes.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, apparently, I did not realize this. I have the wiki here, so I have the years and whatnot. Apparently, the Japanese release was a commercial failure, but the game is sold better than expected for the genre in the US.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
So
Yeah.
it's US success, and maybe worldwide success by extension, is what allowed this to actually become more of a series and get other games.
Well,
that's unexpected.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, there is our number 9 game of all time for the wild card. Very fun in that regard. So let's go ahead and get to our number 8 wild card game of this list, beating out 999 by 4 points.
Okay.
It's always going to be close.
Yeah. So what genre and year are we talking here?
Okay. As for genre, very easy to describe. It's an RPG.
Okay.
And it was released in 1996.
96. Okay.
96.
96. It could be Super Nintendo and it could be PlayStation. That's a funny time. What released in 96?
It's weird to think about the overlap between the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation.
It is. Yeah.
They feel so separate from one another for some reason.
They do. 96 is a really hard year to guess. And both systems are renowned for RPGs. I'm trying to think what didn't make it as well. With Super Nintendo, what do we wait? Oh, what year did Dragon Quest V come out?
I don't know.
It's probably so it's not Dragon Quest V.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm like I could look it up quick and try to fudge that, but no, I just don't know.
I'll do a quick Google of a game to make sure it's the right year, and we'll see. I don't remember. No, it's not. No. Well, I honestly have no idea. Press play to Jason says Luna though. Luna would be really interesting. Let's do that. Luna Silver Star.
All right, Luna the Silver Star for number 8. At number 8, well, it's very on the nose. Super Mario RPG.
Oh,
You want an RPG? It's an RPG in the title. There you go.
Spectacular one too.
Yeah.
I mean, this got remade recently, and it's so interesting how they reinterpreted the pre-rendered art in full 3D. But you go back to that original, and that aesthetic still holds up so well. Yeah. It still looks as gorgeous as it ever did, and the way that it sort of blends, interactivity of Mario with the menu-based RPG is just so well done that every Mario RPG that came after just took from that framework. And it took this world that was so well known. You get all the Mario elements that you think but then it just twists them in a way that I think only Square could have done back in that era, just making it feel bigger than it ever was, while also being its own thing. And that describes every great Mario RPG. That's what Thousand Year Door is. That's what Paper Mario 1 is. That's what Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is. And they nailed it from the very first one.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember at the time it was something like it's exciting to be able to play as Peach and as Bowser, have them on your team, to see this art style that you only really associate with Donkey Kong Country and see it apply to Mario, and then have this really funny story play out, and it's also short. Yeah. I think that's something really that does help its favor for somebody trying to get people into RPGs, is that it's only 15 hours.
You can probably do it in less than that, to be honest.
Probably, yeah.
I think especially in the Switch version, because it's a bit easier. Like when you time your button presses, it sort of spreads out and attacks everybody. Like there's a lot of more forgiving combat in the new one. So I think you can finish that even quicker. But they're both spectacular, though. It's one of those cases where the remake doesn't replace the original, but they're still really both worthwhile from an artistic standpoint. And sure. It's kind of surprising it didn't make the Super Nintendo list, but that's such a competitive system, though, especially RPG wise. Like you have FF6 and Chrono Trigger and Terra Enigma in Mario RPG. Like, what do you choose? 10's
Yeah,
not enough.
and that's just RPGs. That's
Yeah,
we also have platformers
yeah,
and the Super Metroid and all that stuff. So it's good. Zelda is like it is going to be it's really tough to
yeah.
get into those lists. So that makes sense. And yeah, as a lot of people pointing out, first time we got the goofy Bowser personality. This sort of
True.
cemented in the same way that Luigi's Mansion sort of cemented Luigi's personality. This cemented Bowser's personality.
Yeah.
Um, like he's certainly more threatening in some ways in the main series games, but he still is like find a way to make him goofy in a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like he has the menace when he gets serious, but and they do find a way to keep that where he's a bit of he's a goofball, but if he gets serious, he is tough. It's not like he loses any of the menace. He's just like a fun menace, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's interesting how they made it like 'cause at that point Mario hadn't had that many adventures. It was like 4, Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, and World. But I think they at Nintendo probably felt that they had that formula done. That's just what it's going to be forever. And it's almost like a frenemies kind of thing where they've been battling for so long that they're kind of friends. I think you sort of see that friendship in there a bit. It's interesting too with like Gino and Mallow. They are one-off characters. They don't actually have that much personality. Mallow has a lot. Gino doesn't really. But people they just love that design so much that it's stuck with them for decades. And
He just
every
comes
time there's a
across as
Smash game,
cool, especially in that art
yeah,
style.
yeah. Like, every time there's a Smash, it's like let's get Gino in. And you play the game, it's just like well, he's just kind of there, but he's cool though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he shows up, but he's cool.
yeah.
That's really what it is. He doesn't really get an arc on like Mallow,
Mm.
um, who's just sort of a good boy. Definitely the prototype of the Goombas that join up with you in Paper Mario.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I mean it's a wonderful RPG. It's hard to argue with this whatsoever. So yeah, Super Mario RPG now in contention for the greatest of all time.
Deserves it.
So there we are. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our number 7 wild card pick, beating out Mario RPG by 12 points. So big old jump there.
Yeah, bigger gap than the last one.
Bigger gap. All right. As for genre, this got how's the best way to put this one? It's a roguelike RPG released outside of Japan in 2008.
A roguelike RPG from 2008 outside Japan. That's I don't know. Outside Japan. So it would have been there earlier.
It would have been in Japan. It was 2007.
Hmm.
But older games, localization, all that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Mystery Dungeon games. I think they kind of fit that mold. But I think the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games all released kind of at the same time globally. I think maybe. He's giving nothing away.
I already spoiled one for you. I'm not doing that again.
All right. I'll say whatever the first DS or the second DS Pokemon Mystery Dungeon was. In something of the sky, Infinity of the Sky. Is that what it's called?
Infinity of the Sky. I don't know. What is the second one?
Explorers of the Sky. That's it.
Okay, Explorers. Okay. At number 7, it is indeed Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness, and the third version, Sky.
Not Infinity of the Sky. Okay.
Not Infinity of the Sky. Not Infinity of the Sky. So yes, we got a Mystery Dungeon Pokemon game on here, which I know a lot of people were hoping for. People really wanted to see Mystery Dungeon represented. And while I have not played this one, I know a lot of people say that this one is like the best story of Pokemon.
People who love Mystery Dungeon, especially this one, die for it. Like I've never seen anything like it. You go on their Metacritics, and every Mystery Dungeon game scores like a 60 or a 50. Like it's such a different story. I think it doesn't hit with everybody. There's some people that play Mystery Dungeon just don't get it. but those who just click with it, it does everything right. I've unfortunately not found that path yet. I've tried Mystery Dungeon a few times. It's not clicked yet. One day it will. One day I'll play one where it's like I get it now.
I
But
beat the main portion of that remake that came out not too long of the original of the first game, first Mystery Dungeon. And it was fine. It was enjoyable. I get why people got connected to it, especially at a young age. But I was sort of waiting for them to either do a brand new one or do the Explorers games, because I know that, like I said, these are the ones that everybody loves, and yet nothing. We've heard nothing of Mystery Dungeon since then. I know it sold pretty well.
yeah, they've been doing other Mystery Dungeon games, just not Pokemon. But I am happy it's here. Like, even if it's not for me, I know how much this means to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those where it's critically it sort of bounces all over the place, as you said. It mostly a lot of 6s, 6.5, 7s, that sort of thing. But the people who played it, love it, got into it, adore it. It is just the best thing for them.
Yeah. If a new Mystery Dungeon comes out and it gets like a 50 on Metacritic, don't get mad. Just say,
no.
They simply don't understand.
They don't get it. They don't know our love. They don't understand it. Oh, goodness. But no, I saw this popping up there. I'm like, people will be happy about this one. Well, those fans will be very happy about this one. So, that's pretty exciting for them that we got. And hey, Mystery Dungeon, that's a long running series.
Incredibly,
nice
a Dragon Quest Pokemon series, kind of.
Yeah. It started out as a Torneko game for Dragon Quest, so that was the very first Mystery Dungeon, and they decided to go original, and that's how we got Sheeran.
Yeah.
It's always been it's weird to think that Mystery Dungeon is basically a Chunsoft thing that then other companies sort of took from.
It is, yeah. I need to try the Yangus Dragon Quest 8 spin-off.
Yeah, I was always upset they never brought that there, but I also think if I played it at the time, I probably would have bounced out off of it, because I like Yangus, but then I'm not sure about Yangus's young design, and it's like very, very odd about that going for a Mystery Dungeon style. But
yeah,
who knows? Maybe it would have clicked with me. Who knows? But Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky at number 7. All right. Let's go ahead and get to our number 6 wild card choice. This one beat out Mystery Dungeon by, oh gosh, I got math, 13 points.
Okay.
All right. So we have another, the genre RPG, release year 2022.
2022. All recent years blend together.
Yep.
What came out in 2022? So we're 2 years after COVID. Oh, we had Xenoblade 3 on the Switch list, didn't we?
Yes.
We did. All right. So not that. I think that was the year after anyway. Maybe.
I don't. Again, it blends, a lot of recent ones blend together.
Yeah. What came out in 2022? Let's see. Quick Google.
Do a quick look at what came out in 2022. It's like
everything I'm looking at's already made the list. Did Pokemon Legends make the list? Don't think it did.
Pokemon Legends Arceus did not make the list. Pokemon Legends ZA did make the list. But this highly competitive Switch list. So
yeah, it was. Just because the immediate Google results aren't inspiring me with much more, I'm just going to lock in Pokemon Legends Arceus.
All right. Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus or whatever, however the heck you want to pronounce that Pokemon's name. This is why we need voice acting. All right. At number 6, it is indeed Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm not used to you getting so many right. My clues, I think, are too easy.
I did Google what came out that year, to be fair. That's an interesting one, though. Like, out of all the games you could have chosen, it's a great game. And it is a really good game too, isn't it?
I think people also reevaluating it, because I've seen a lot of people finishing up ZA, and I can see a lot of them can see like either they prefer it and the changes they made to it, or I clicked with Arceus more.
Yeah.
So I think it definitely represents a shift. This was probably the most exciting Pokemon game in a while,
It was.
just because it was so different. You had the threat of the Pokemon actually attacking you and wiping you out. Like it's like, oh right, these are monsters. Got to watch out for those. And you know, he had a pretty fun hook. The going in the past, seeing the history of the Pokemon. Great finale. Great
Yeah.
finale.
I also like the art style. Like it's got low res textures everywhere, but the skyboxes absolutely magnificent. I think just the general aesthetic is really nice. It doesn't hit all the time, but when it does, it's really cool. And it's interesting considering who's playing Pokemon, because every generation's picked up by new kids, and those kids need to just have the basics in there. But this one felt like one for the long term fans who play every game and start to feel repetitive. Because after what 25 years of Pokemon, more than that now, like nearly 30 years of Pokemon, it is kind of more of the same each time. They mix things up, but it's always the core formula is there. Whereas this one just gave you something entirely different. Like the core gameplay's there. You still got the same combat system, even though it's a little bit different. But just being able to be hands-on, throw a Pokeball for once, be a bit more actiony.
Be a bit, have that quick catch type thing.
Yeah.
Have the dodge attacks yourself. Be able to use Pokemon to get around. It definitely expanded upon it quite a bit. And I even like the fact that like usually it's catch one Pokemon, forget about it. It's on the decks. And this one definitely encourages you to like catch as many as you can. Get them, catch them all, literally catch them all.
Yeah.
So
I also like Pokemon Sun did this too, but like you get those specific Pokemon to be basically your HM abilities. Like you can ride on one, you can fly on one, you can climb things on one. But I think it felt more hands-on than Sun and Moon though. Like less robotic. It's like you're actually playing as those Pokemon, and you can throw a ball at a tree and get berries off it. It felt like your Pokemon were interacting for more than just combat, which is something that I think they need to do way more of. But yeah, just what a cool game though. Yeah.
It's. I'm going to be very interested to see the results of the final poll and see which one ranks higher between these two.
Yeah, it will be interesting
in the general sense of it. So yeah, we'll have to find out how that goes. But yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus at number 6 for our top wild card vote.
Okay.
All right, we have reached the top 5. Do you have any idea, like, to narrow it down based on what we've had so far, what the top 5 might be?
I honestly don't. It's mostly been Nintendo stuff that's been missing from their console so far. So we get like a bit missing from DS, a bit missing from Switch, a bit missing from Super Nintendo. I'm trying to think what crimes we've had or what's been just about missed off their top 10. It's kind of hard to. We've had like 500 games. It's hard to narrow it down at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I have zero roadmap for what's coming up. I have no idea.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get to our number 5 wild card, beating out Legends Arceus by 2 points.
Well, okay. All right.
And as for our genre, it is a visual novel. And it release date is 2016 for worldwide.
Oh, okay. Would it? What visual? 2016. I'm thinking one of the 3DS Phoenix Wright games, but I don't know if that would make it this high. What other visual novels came out?
Now, what do you know the visual novel genre?
Well, Jason's saying Doki Doki Literature Club. We've had that, right?
No, Doki Doki is not.
Oh, we haven't.
Nope.
We talked about it at one point. Doki Doki did come out around that time. I don't think Spirit of Justice would make it this high. So out of those two options, I think I'd go with Doki Doki.
All right, going with Doki Doki Literature Club at number 5. Yeah, no, it's not Doki Doki.
Okay.
It's not Phoenix Wright. And honestly, I would have been shocked if you guessed this one because it might have released worldwide in 2016, but it released in Japan initially in 2007.
Oh, God damn it.
This is Umineko When They Cry,
Yeah,
which I don't even think you've ever heard of.
Oh no, I was thinking about all these games that released everywhere that time. No, I have very little input on this one, so please guide us.
Yes. So looking into this, Umineko When They Cry is a murder mystery visual novel. So it's a lot of text-based narration, dialogue. You got the audio bits there. It is also all about that story because there's very little gameplay as far as that. You're just going through the voice acting. It's very linear. Going through the story is very linear. There's some portions here and there. So yeah, it's you're trying. Apparently, what you're trying to do is actively solve each mystery, but you're going to be guided through it as far as it's concerned. And it's just a sort of this ongoing thing where it's been released in chapters. According to the wiki, what I'm seeing here is that it debuted at Comic Cat 72, which means this is a Dojin game. So it's very like indie of indie type stuff. Story focuses on a group of 18 people on a secluded island for a period of 2 days and the mysterious murders that befall them. Readers are often challenged to discern whether the murders were committed by a human or some other supernatural source, as well as the method and motive behind them. And there's 8 main Umineko games that all sort of form this, like it's all combined for this whole thing. Like they sort of build off one another. And they're split into 2 sets of 4, which are considered the third and fourth titles of the apparently When They Cry series. So it's a complex thing that I don't fully understand. I've not played it personally, but obviously, but it's definitely expanded to beyond the video game to multiple manga, an actual novel, an anime. Apparently got a fighting game called Golden Fantasia.
I am interested in this actually because I don't really know of it. I googled it though, and I recognize the art style because it's such an iconic one. I've seen it a lot of times. Never known what it's from though. And it started on PC, but it's also on PlayStation 2, spanning to PlayStation 4. Like it's crazy how ongoing that is.
Oh yeah, it's still going. Like it is available on the Switch. So
yeah,
like it's on PS3, went to PS4, available on PSP. It's that ongoing. So yeah, there are 4 episodes or story arcs that make up the what's known as Umineko When They Cry. Then they have it's the next section is apparently When the Seagulls Cry Scattering, which is the second half of the story, and then there's even more beyond that. Like there's a lot in that way. I mean, it being a Dojin game, of course, it's like Toho. There's just like crank it out, get it out there, get that story out there, and see what happens. So, I mean, as a fun art style, is definitely interesting to see how it expands from there. And honestly, I like that something like this made it on.
Yeah, what a cool wild card. That's like the definition of a wild card.
Yeah,
not just something that missed out, but something that's probably didn't stand a chance in the first place. But
exactly, it just you had because of the widespread. Its community was able to come together and get it onto this list, which I think is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, number 5, Umineko When They Cry. All right, time for our number 4 wild card, beating out Umineko by 10 points.
Okay.
So, now with that, you have like, what do I do?
Yeah, what are my clues here?
Yeah. All right. So for our number 4, it released in 2005 and is a strategy game.
Strategy game from 2005. So, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance would have been 2005, I think. What else? What other strategy games sort of came out in that era? There'll be a bunch on PC.
Did Disgaea come out around then?
Disgaea, there would have been a Disgaea around then. I think the first Disgaea was earlier than that.
Yes.
I think I'm just going to go with Path of Radiance. I think that's the one that comes to mind most immediately.
All right. At number 4, I'm impressed with how well you're able to narrow things down based on year, John. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance.
I love Natalie's suggestion of Namco versus Capcom, though. That's
That would
a
have been cool.
fantastic one.
That needs to be made widely available. But
It does.
yes, this was on my vote. I voted for this because
Nice,
I
nice.
love Path of Radiance. It is my favorite Fire Emblem game. I think the story is wonderful. I think the gameplay holds up. Um, it's just a fun ride. Ike is probably one of the best protagonists out there as far as it goes, and it still has that old school flair of Fire Emblem where you lose a character, they're gone unless you have to restart. So I remember playing this initially. I played Fire Emblem Game Boy Advance. Wasn't able to quite click with it. I fell in love with Lynn, but that's about all I accomplished from that initial playthrough because I just never stuck with it initially. And then I was like, let me try again with Path of Radiance because it's on console. I'm more of a console guy at that point. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens. And just immediately click with it. Love the characters, love the gameplay, fully understand everything. It's not the prettiest game. It is not a pretty game by any means. But damn if it isn't a fun one.
Yeah, I've played the second part, but not the first part. So I've played Radiant Dawn, but not Path of Radiance.
Oh, see, I consider Path of Radiance a better game than Radiant Dawn.
Mm.
I think it has a more focused story.
Okay.
Radiant Dawn is sort of like, let's wrap up some loose ends.
I still really liked Radiant Dawn though. Just like you said, it's not like pretty, but it's there's a cool vibe to the style. And it's also just on a strategy in there. Like so many different ways you can go about things. And the cast is pretty. I think it's pretty better in Path of Radiance, but the Radiant Dawn cast is pretty great too. Yeah, it's one of my like. I feel like I've got to play the first part at some point, but it is one of my favorite.
I mean, it is coming to the GameCube NSO, which thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God it's coming to that more people can play it. But yeah, I actually have a physical copy of this. Picked it up when it launched. Thank God,
crazy
because it is
now.
so expensive now.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. But no, I mean, you get a taste of what Ike is like in the in Radiant Dawn, but seeing him develop into that kind of character is a lot of fun in Path of Radiance, especially because he's not a lord. He never he gets the title, but he's not actually a lord in this game. And that's so unique when it comes to Fire Emblem, and gives him just this unique viewpoint for him, and some wonderful side characters that still stand out for me. Honestly, it contains my favorite female character in all of Fire Emblem, which is she doesn't get a lot to do, but I don't know, something about her spunky personality makes me really enjoy her, which is Mia.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which you might know Mia. It also helps that
Mia.
she always becomes a powerhouse for me. So I'm like, yes, I'm happy with this. But yeah, I'm excited for more people to be able to play this once it comes to the NSO. Great choice for that. There's a lot of good Fire Emblems that come after this, but I have that first one that clicks with you always stands out a little bit stronger. So
totally.
Fire
Sweet.
Emblem Path of Radiance. Man, how rare is it that I have a game that I played that you did not?
It happens every now and then.
It happens on occasion. All right, we're hitting our top 3, and we have our first real leap here in numbers, where number 3 beat out Path of Radiance by 25 points.
Okay, that's one of our biggest jumps so far. Yeah, I need God. I was going to say, should I just guess? No, I cannot guess. I cannot guess.
It's so wide. Yeah. So yeah, our number 3. I forgot to prepare and actually get it up here. So let me pull it up here. It was released in 2004. I don't know what genre to give it personally. It's listed here. It's listed in on Wiki as action.
Action. That's the most vague of genres.
Yes, it's kind of in that, but I don't know if I'd agree.
I did originally think Metroid Prime 2, which is what Mikkel is saying in live audience. Because that was also 2004, I think. Trying to think of other 2004 games that we had. that didn't make the list.
Mhm.
I guess I'll stick with Prime 2.
All right. At number 3, it is not Prime 2.
Oh.
Instead, da 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 da
Oh,
da.
Katamari?
Katamari Damacy.
Ah, amazing. Incredible.
Katamari Damacy actually made the list, which also was in my top 10 of wild cards to get into this because it was basically I just went through a lot of personal favorites.
Wonderful.
I had Path of Radiance my number 10. Katamari Damacy is my number 9.
We
So
love to see it. We love
love
to
to
see it.
see it.
Truly
So.
innovative game too.
Oh yeah.
With like Ape Escape, they're still experimenting with what the right stick does, and it was cool to see it use of something that wasn't a camera. Then this game came along well after the second stick was established as a camera and let you use it, for just basic control. And it was really, really cool, and it's still cool today. Just that form of movement is so unique to Katamari, and then just everything surrounding it, the whole vibe, the music, the visuals. It's you play it once and you're hooked. Like there's nothing else like this.
I distinctly remember. I don't have a lot of memories of actively going to a store and picking up the game because it's usually just you go to the store and get the game. There's nothing too special about it. But it was one of those build-ups where all these magazines were just at the time were just praising this game, just lauding it to high end. And like, okay, I got to check this out. And I go to the store, and I think it's only like initially came out at like what $20,
Oh,
$30.
geez. Okay.
It was a budget release. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. And even the guy I think it was at the electronics boutique, EB Games, was like, oh yeah, dude, man, this game is wild. Yeah, it is so much fun. You got to check it out. Like everybody who touched it just like praised it to high to no end. And yeah, it completely lives up to that. The music, the vibes, the collection aspect, the sheer scale of it. It really is something special, especially at that time, to go from just the like picking up yen coins to ending off the final mission, rolling up entire islands and clouds and rainbows and all this other stuff.
It is something else. I'm picking up the new Katamari for Christmas. There's just too many other games releasing right now. But that's kind of spectacular too. Like people are saying it's the best one since the 360 game, which that's a long time
That's
ago
high
at this
praise.
point. Yeah.
A lot of times they, forgive the pun, roll together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because to be honest, Katamari, the original Katamari was such a pure experience for me that I've never picked up any of the others.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never bought any
understandable.
others again.
They do evolve a little bit and they are good. But I think it's a series that kind of found its uniqueness to begin with and then never really went a whole lot further. So I am interested in seeing how the new game manages that. But it's
I think
also
it has
been
a good hook as well because it just felt like more of the same, just in like here's this setup or here's these cousins or here's whatever. With this what is it? Katamari, whatever. Time travel is a good idea. Picking up stuff around at different times, still same basic gameplay, but the aesthetics are different, which I think is probably goes a long way.
Yeah. But I think this is one of those games that you can ignore every other game in the series and just focus on the original because it's so iconic. It doesn't need to do more. They could have just made one and that'd be fine. But all the other games are great too. But this first one is just so creative. It's what video games should be. Is if you love any video game, you should play Katamari. It's a celebration of that.
It's just pure, simple, fun.
Yeah.
Got the quirky dialogue from the king of all cosmos. You got the strange story with the little girl as you're going along. And then I like how they find other ways to do it. Like it rather than just roll up everything, get all the crabs, get all this for the different constellations. And that's a true challenge. I never like 100% of this game whatsoever, but you don't really all need to. It's just fun.
Yeah.
So I know there's always a lot of people, especially Natalie in live audience, who is always pulling for Katamari. So I was happy for them when I saw it made it in there, and pretty strongly too. Like it was
very strongly.
Like comparatively. It's time for our top 2, and number 2 beat out Katamari Damacy by 14 points.
Will we have a top 3 with no Nintendo games? Let's see.
All right. I had to bring up the info. Okay. This is another action game released in 2014.
2014. Okay. That would have been in like Wii U second year. Did Bayonetta 2 make the list?
Bayonetta 2 did not make the list. Bayonetta 1 made the list, but not Bayonetta 2.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say Bayonetta 2 in that case.
At number 2, Bayonetta 2.
Wow. Wow.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Because again, on my top 10 list as my number 6 for this wild card, because Bayonetta 2 is the best in the series. I'm sorry. It is.
No, it is. It's not even debatable.
No.
Like the first game, cool. It established things very well. It was one of the best hack and slashes of that era. But the second one just does everything better. The scope is so much better. The combat's refined to this shimmering gleam. And the three's cool in some aspects, but it never gets to the heights of 2. When 2 was coming out, they described it as like every boss feeling like it could be a final one. And I think they delivered on that incredibly well. Like in a lesser game, the first boss would be the last boss. It's just so well crafted. They build these set pieces where everything's like exploding around you, or like you're surfing on a brick or something. And I also love the more colorful vibe, because the first one goes quite red a lot of the time. This one I think goes bluer, like a lot of like oceanic kind of colors in there. And you go to like Italian cities and everything. It's a bit more globe-trotting, just more interesting and beautiful, and
it's kind of a Christmas game.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of a Christmas game.
Yeah.
I mean, from the opening, I was just in. Like the only times I've ever gotten really into these character action games is like Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 5, and Bayonetta 2. Those are my 3 high marks of the games that I just locked in on and just had to play as much as possible.
It was shocking when this didn't make the Wii U list.
It really was.
It's easily one of the best Wii U games.
I don't know how I honestly don't know how it didn't, that we somehow missed it. Because I mean, there's just so much like creativity on display as well with all the set pieces, and I like how them changing up between not just fighting angels, you're also fighting some demons, so it expands the world a bit. It just makes it so much more of a interesting thing to experience. And looking at it, so I wanted to look up the total votes for Wii U where it initially placed. It was number 12. Missed out because of the current rules, because Breath of the Wild made number 10, which made it count, so it didn't count for the Switch 1 list. So if Breath of the Wild wasn't there, instead focused more on Switch 1, then Wind Waker HD would have made it. And if Wind Waker HD would have been discounted because of the duplicate rule, because there's not enough difference there, that Bayonetta would have instead made it. So
Jesus.
Just because Breath of the Wild made it instead of something else.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm so happy.
yeah. They put everything into this one, it felt like. The story, it was more high effort than the original. Like there weren't as many just still sequences. There's a few more animated ones. But you don't really go to Bayonetta for the story. I like really. That
there were some hype moments, like her fight. I forget the guy's name, but fighting the guy with the monocle. Every one of those fights was so much fun.
Yeah. It's also cool because Nintendo published, so there was more Nintendo stuff in there. And one big standout one was when, like, I think it's like chapter 9 or something. If you wear the Fox McCloud outfit, that flying section is just replaced by an R-wing with like N64 bombs and lasers, and it just becomes a Star Fox level. And then Platinum went on to make Star Fox after that. So it's like that's kind of like their blueprint of Zero.
It's just like, hey, here's our slice of how this could work, and it kind of worked out for them.
Yeah,
until a weird gimmick got put onto it. But yeah, it feels like this is peak Platinum. I haven't played Astral Chain, so I had hard to compare it to that. Or
Astral Chain is good, but it's not the height of this. It's more like this is really cool rather than this is godly.
Fair, fair enough. So yeah, I felt like it deserved to be here. It's so much fun. And yeah, without Nintendo, we would not have this game. So
Yeah.
there we are.
All right.
All right, John. It's time for our number one wild card pick, which beat out our number two game by, I gotta do some quick math here. I apologize. 179 points.
Oh,
It is by far the biggest jump.
wow.
Nothing came close. As for your other hints, is released in 2004 and is a RTS.
2004 RTS. What came out in 2004? What would get that many votes? I don't think I know. I really can't think. What RTS came out that year? I'm just going to Google 2004 game, not the genre, 2004 games.
Just 2004 games.
Yeah, this isn't helping. None of these are RTSs. I honestly don't know. What would fit that criteria? I'm blank.
I think once you
again.
land on it, you'll know it, unless you want to.
I honestly
try
do not know
something, or just give up for now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give up for now.
Okay. Well, John,
not Pikmin, is it?
It is Pikmin 2, because those Pikmin fans returned from the GameCube list, and we might have Pikmin 1, we might have Pikmin 3 and 4, but damn it, we want Pikmin 2 on there as well. So Pikmin 2 for our number one wildcard list, because it shouldn't be a surprise. Those guys know how to organize.
I don't think I'm happy about this one. It's not that Pikmin 2 is bad or anything. I would love for the wild card to be giving these lesser known games their due. The ones that were unlikely. It's just another Pikmin. Not it's just another Pikmin. It does things differently. It's a bit more stressful.
It does its own thing. I've played it. I'm not as big of a fan. The dungeons get a little too mean with how it sets certain things up, but it's fine. Yeah. I still think the first one is better, and I've not played 3 or 4 to say whether it's better, but I'd still consider this probably, just based on what I've seen of 3 and 4, this would probably be my least favorite of the series.
Yeah.
Not that it doesn't have value, but
I think we should discard this and put Guitaru Man at number 1.
Oh, goodness. I think it'll be very interesting to get your opinions on what just missed the list of this top 10. Very interesting to me, by the way, that, we'll talk more about Pikmin 2, but I don't know if we have a lot to say about Pikmin 2.
No, it's a good game. It's a good game. It's fine that it's in the runner for best game of all time, because I think you can argue it is. But
I think its lasting legacy is giving the Pikmin series a true villain.
Yeah, true.
that is probably its legacy, is that Louis originated here and he is a monster.
Yeah, he is a monster. Yeah. I think it's not that the game is bad. I think this just isn't the most interesting choice we could have had for number one wild card.
Mm-hmm. But to be honest, this is what I expected.
Yeah.
Just remembering how the Pikmin fans made the GameCube our most voted on list just because of Pikmin. Yeah. That is true. That is very true, Blueberry Muffin. It's a different game, I'd say. It takes the gameplay of Pikmin in a new direction rather than just doing the first game again, and I respect that about it. It's kind of a throwback to those old NES sequels then, because it's Castlevania 2, Zelda 2, Mario 2 US, all took a different swing rather than follow exactly what it did before. So it does follow in that footprint, which does make it interesting.
That is
and
true.
Like all those, it's a bit more contentious because of that.
Yeah, and Pikmin's not really a series where you can just do the same thing again and again. Like Katamari, I think once you've got that premise there, you have to shake things up. Otherwise, it's just, here's another one. It's like this one, you've got your caves, you've got extreme difficulty, you've got different elements. 3, you've got multiple different captains, and then 4, it's very different gameplay. So yeah, you have to respect the series for that.
Yeah, they find their they find a way to do that quite a bit,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's bad that it's on here or anything like that. I mean, there's man, when you look at like some of the games that just missed the wild card, it's like but yeah, I think I think it's a fair pick. I think it's a fair pick, and honestly, I have to appreciate any for again 66 pages of games. Any community that could come together to put this together, props.
Well done, Pikmin fans. You win again.
You win again. No love for Hey Pikmin though,
No.
or Pikmin Bloom apparently. But yeah, how do you feel about our top 10 there, John?
It's interesting. We definitely didn't dive into the mods and fan game part.
Mhm.
And it's more like a second chance for the games that didn't make it. And there's some very cool choices in here. I think I would have liked to see a few more really cool ones, like out there games, but I think we're probably going to hear about them in just a second.
Yep. So let's go ahead and break it down. At number 11, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. Just I love these games. It really is a duology. Like you have to play both.
Yeah, the 3DS Ace Attorney games didn't stand out that much to me. And this one was just a complete change. Just different era, different style, just rad.
Missed out. Missed out beating Animal Crossing by 10 points. It was that close.
Oh, I think I would have rather had this on
than Animal Crossing. It would have been interesting. The only Ace Attorney we have is Trials and Tribulations, which is a good Ace Attorney.
Yeah,
for sure. But Greatest Attorney Chronicles is quite good. Now I think number 12 is going to hurt a lot of people.
Okay.
Because I was counting early. Just to try to stay on top of this, but then of course more votes came in and I had to apply it, and this game was in the top 10 for a while. However, more votes came in for Animal Crossing, which booted it out, and then Ace Attorney also got some more votes. Number 12 with 100, only 4 points below Grace Attorney, the 100-line Last Defense Academy. And I know people were pulling for this one. This one is a new cult classic.
That's another one on the Christmas list for me. I've heard nothing but amazing things. But unfortunately,
people love this game. People love Last Defense Academy. I think it's going to hurt. I think a lot of people are going to be like, "Damn it!" That's what this one feels like. It's like, oh my god, we were so close. Two really interesting visual novels / twist or I guess in Last Defense case, strategy games.
Yeah.
Ironically, I think people who worked on 100 Line worked on 999 and Danganronpa, right?
Yeah, I believe that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, whew. Sorry guys, so close. So close. Number 13, F-Zero GX.
That wasn't on the GameCube list. Yeah, that's a huge shame.
Yep, just missed out. And hard as hell, very pretty.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. I mean, there is now. There's indie games like it, but for a long time, there's nothing like it.
Funny enough, F-Zero AX is in the running, so there you are. Number 14, Splatoon 3.
We had Splatoon on the Wii U list, didn't we?
Yes. Only the original Splatoon is made it of the 3 games.
That's fine. That's fine. That first game I think conveys everything Splatoon needs to be. Like it gets more refined, but it doesn't sting to miss out on the sequels.
What is this? Does this one sting, John? Number 15, Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King.
Yes, that stings.
Yes, absolutely does.
That's one of the most remarkable RPGs I've ever played in my life. It's so well made, and that art style still holds up so well today. People always talk about Wind Waker and like Jet Set Radio when it comes to cell shading. This was PS2's version of that. It's
Yeah.
just timeless, incredible cast, amazing world. It's one of the best Dragon Quests.
Yeah. What a like they knew they had to go visually hard on the next one after 7, so and they went
Yeah.
for it. This was their really big push for the West, and thanks to that Final Fantasy 12 demo, it feels like this is where they finally started making headway.
Yeah.
Not fully, but enough to get people paying attention. Plus, they got the name back, and I think Dragon Quest sounds better than Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, it's just called Dragon Quest: Journey of the Cursed King in Europe. No wait,
No,
no wait.
go figure. Number 16, Rayman Legends.
Yeah, we had Origins, didn't we?
Yes, we have Origins, but not Legends.
Okay, I think I'm okay with that.
I think I'm okay with that too. I think I tend to prefer Origins just because of its context with the overworld and whatnot, or at least the maps. But Legends does have the musical stages, but there's not a ton of those.
No, Legends is a spectacular game though, and there's very real arguments that both Origins and Legends were outperforming Mario quality wise in that era. Like they were so much more interesting than New Super Mario Brothers, and mechanically excellent as well. And the multiplayer, like you weren't bouncing off each other. You can whack each other and put your arms in the air and use each other like platforms, but you're not just whacking into each other all the time.
Yeah, it was handled a lot. The multiplayer was handled a lot more
like deliberately, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just chaos, which chaos can be fun, but if you're trying to make progress, it can be aggravating. Though I will say I do love. I'm okay with Origins making it over Legends also because I love Land of the Living Dead. I think that's such a great
amazing
challenge.
Yeah. I also like those treasure chest chases in Origins.
Oh yeah,
they're a lot of fun. Legends has a lot of Origins in there, but not enough to replace Origins.
Mm-hmm. At number 17, we have a tie between Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ace Attorney Investigations, the Ace Attorney Investigations collection.
What weird, odd choices.
Yeah, Investigations. I did my sort of consolidating on this one because there was a lot of votes for Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Yeah.
Some for collection, so I just combined them all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because, it's widely regarded that Investigations 2 is the better game, like one of the best Ace Attorney games. I've not played it myself yet, but yeah.
Am I remembering correctly that X and Y and Alpha Sapphire made the 3DS list, but Sun and Moon didn't?
No, the only one that made the 3DS list, I believe, was Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Right.
Just those.
Yeah. I would have liked Sun and Moon on that list above those games.
I would have too.
Yeah,
I'd put Sun and Moon above Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but
yeah, I can see why Sun and Moon fans would have voted for it here.
Yeah. Let's see. Number 19, our first mod, Project M/Plus.
That makes sense. And that's, if there's any mod you're going to vote for, that's probably going to be the one.
Oh yeah, people love their Project M, so made a decent effort. Top 20, not bad.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of variety here.
Yeah.
So there we go. Never tried it myself because I just never got into the modding scene. Never modded my Wii or anything like that.
There's a lot of like showing up Brawl in that era with Project M because Brawl I think deliberately was a very casual game. It wasn't really trying to be another Melee, but then Smash fans basically made another Melee within Brawl, and it went really far. Like, just adding a lot of new things, went on going for a long time too. It was extremely impressive.
For sure. Number 20, Banjo-Tooie.
Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which it's big, it's fun, definitely expands on the things. It's ambitious. Ambition is definitely where I'd say the most about Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah.
Number 21, Professor Layton and the Unwound Future.
That does sting a little bit because that's the best one.
It's so good. I wish Layton could have made it on, but sadly not able to.
Not to be.
Unwound. Again, we talked about before, but this made me cry.
Yeah.
I was crying at the end.
Yeah, this really does need to come to new, modern platforms because it's incredibly good.
We're due for a Layton re-release, right?
Yeah. The 3DS games were pretty good. And I don't know if the new one's gonna meet that legacy of the originals. I hope it does.
I hope.
Even if it misses, just go back and play Around Future, because it's tremendous.
Seriously. Number 22, Silent Hill, the original.
Oh, the original, yeah.
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 So
Yeah, I was a bit surprised this didn't make the PlayStation list. Yeah.
yeah, again, so competitive, but good on it for making that did pretty solid.
Yeah.
Number 23, the original Donkey Kong Country. Actually,
Okay.
excuse me, it has a tie for 23. Donkey Kong Country and Wario Land 4.
Oh, two very cool choices. Did a
Mhm.
DKC make the Super Nintendo list? I can't
Yes,
remember.
Donkey Kong Country 2 made the list.
Okay. Yeah.
But I believe, let me double check on this. No Wario game made the list.
See, I'm fine with no DKC ones. I think DKC 2 is a lot better. Wario Land 4, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
The GBA didn't really have a Mario of its own, so this was the closest thing that came to that. Very different to Mario though. But I think that's partially why so many people played this one, because they wanted like that defining Mario game, and this was as close as we got. So you're sort of forced into a Wario game, and it's you expect traditional Mario platforming, but you end up with something very different, and you like it for that. Which is really cool.
It's so interesting to see how it like you explore a level at your own pace, and then you have to escape the level at a fast pace. It has a, I don't know, an interesting gameplay loop that keeps you kind of invested. It drops the pseudo Metroidvania elements of Wario Land 3, so it makes them very distinct. Like it's I wish more of those games were on NSO, because it is fascinating to see the evolution of the Wario games.
It is 100%.
We have another tie for 25 between Crash Team Racing and Devil May Cry 3.
Oh, two really cool choices.
Yeah, two very good choices. I love Crash Team Racing on PlayStation. Played the heck out of that one. In my opinion, I think still has the best story mode in a kart racer.
It was very good.
I've played Diddy Kong. I do not like Diddy Kong story mode. I think it's too hard for its own good. Crash has a nice balance of what you do in that. So maybe that's my controversial opinion.
it is interesting how like Mario Kart 64 went on to be like the internet icon for a long time. I'm pretty sure Crash Team Racing it probably sold better, right? Like being a PlayStation game.
You would think so. I don't know how
we'll fact check this real quick. But DMC3 is also incredible. So, like, DMC2 had a very bad reputation, and 3 came along and just did everything from the first game better. Incredible style as well.
Same team too. It's like we got dealt a raw deal here. We want another try.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we need to show that we can do this, and then they just absolutely nailed it. Hard as hell. I struggled in that one for sure. But man, what it does is so smooth. And I know you have like we have that the re-release, but they do make a nice quality of life improvement to DMC3 on Switch, because you can quick swap between styles.
Oh yeah,
which cannot do in the original.
So it doesn't seem like we actually have raw sales data for Crash Team Racing. Wikipedia says it remained the best-selling home and handheld console game on that list for the following month. Overall, the game sold 1.9 million units in the US, over 300,000 in Japan, and no data for Europe. So at least over 2 million.
I know. I saw the remake apparently sold 10 million.
Yeah. And Mario Kart 64 would have sold 6.23. So I think Mario Kart probably did sell more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's interesting how the conversation went one way, though.
It is in that way. Yeah, very much so. Number 27, Morinatsu. This is something akin to Umineko, except it's an indie gay furry game. It's
okay.
That is literally what it is. Think How to Full Boyfriend, except furries, and it's gay.
Okay, we haven't had enough gay on this list. That's fine.
No, we have not. So I'm okay with this. Like I was like, what is this? And I looked it up. Like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we need more gay. Give us more gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good for that. Let's see. At number 28, honestly, I expected this to get a little bit higher. AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake.
I was expecting this in like the top 3.
Yeah, I honestly expected it to be a lot higher with just the amount of praise it got, but
Yeah.
maybe not enough people have tried it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's brutal though. It's definitely the hard Metroid game.
It was unfortunate it came out like right at the time the remake did, like the official one.
Yeah, like I think it maybe had like 9 months before the official remake came out.
Yeah, yeah. And they both have the pros and cons. I think the
Mhm.
official remake has a lot of really cool flair. It does a lot of things really well. But I think the most fatal flaw of Samus Returns for me is those Metroid fights just get really repetitive. Because there's like there's like 40 of them or whatever, 50 of them,
Mhm.
and most of them are just the same again and again and again. I think another Metroid 2 remake manages to make them feel faster and a little bit more varied, and it does that better.
Yeah, but I have to appreciate the Samus Returns because um it laid the basis for the counterattack that became so essential and fun in
Yes.
Metroid Dread. Like they truly evolved it, and I don't know if Metroid you could evolve that much from AM2R in the same way. It's still a great game, potentially even better than Nintendo's effort. But I like that they were to take an element from it and really make it something special
Totally,
for a
totally.
sequel.
Yeah.
Um, we have a tie for number 29 between Bravely Default and Tetris Effect Connected.
Oh, yeah.
Two that have been constantly knocking at the door, but just can't make it in.
Yeah.
Just couldn't make it in, I guess.
Tetris Effect is one of the best games of all time. Like that is just heavenly Tetris. Just some of the best audio visual design I've ever seen in a game in media. Just spectacular. Bravely Default's very good too.
Mhm.
I would put Tetris Effect quite a few spaces above it, but it is very good though.
Yeah. 31, Rhythm Heaven Fever.
Yeah, geez, yeah. Another really, really cool one. Did we
Yeah,
get Mega Mix on 3DS, or did that not quite make it?
that didn't make it either.
Didn't make it either.
Again, it's so competitive.
Yeah, it's between like if you are to play a Rhythm Heaven game, it is between Fever and Mega Mix. But Fever's just wonderful. So that's some of the best games in the series. Really iconic. And this is another game, like much like a lot of DS games, like Fever's a Wii game, but I feel like it shaped a lot of people's tastes. Like when it
Mhm.
came to animation and art design and their art
There's so many
style.
of those videos of people emulating Rhythm Heaven
Yeah,
and like with different characters and situations and stuff. It's cool.
yeah.
I've
So
never
like
even played a Rhythm Heaven game.
so many of your favorite content creators and artists were raised on Rhythm Heaven. It feels like.
Mm-hmm. 32, F-Zero 99.
And yeah, that's got two F-Zeros here. This is also a wonderful one.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite one.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad return for F-Zero, all things
Mm.
considered. So, I've never been able to fully click with F-Zero, but it is fun in its own right.
Mm.
33, Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. My
Yeah.
personal favorite Castlevania. Be cool to get it in there. I voted for. I think I even had it on my number one for my personal list. I'm not too hurt that it's not up there. Like I get it,
Yeah.
but
The
it is
the
fun.
the DS list was so competitive, but yeah,
Mhm.
I was kind of
Oh, this is
surprised
my
that
number
this didn't
two.
make it. Mm.
Um, yeah, but I like it's cool. I like it, but I get it. 34, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn.
There you go. I played that one.
Yeah, there you go. We kind of talked about that one.
Yeah.
35, we got another tie between Tales of Vesperia and Super Paper Mario.
Oh, very, very. Super Paper Mario is a strange choice because it's a cool game, and I think it's got like some of the coolest mechanics we've seen in games. Like flipping from 2D to 3D is that must have been really hard to program. Like just taking this 2D landscape and swapping it into a 3D world on the fly. That's a really cool mechanic, and it's full of cool mechanics like that. I think they could have brought it together a little better, but the ideas in that game are really cool.
It feels like they could have expanded upon it with the sequel, but
Yeah.
people love the story. I'm not a big fan of the aesthetics of the NPCs. I find them honestly unappealing.
Like little
Um,
scribbles, aren't they?
yeah, just little scribbles. I never
Yeah.
quite that was always my big hang up for it. I still love the game, but that those NPCs just always um 37, we got another tie between the original Rhythm Heaven and Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the first Rhythm Heaven's cool. I think Fever's, if you're to choose one, Fever's the one to go for. Luigi Mansion 3 is interesting because it's a great game. I don't think I had it pinned as like best game of all time material though.
It's a very well done game. I've played it
Yeah,
quite a few times, and um, it's I think it's definitely refinement. I feel like they're so close to sort of pushing Luigi forward while also capturing what people love about the original. Like they're getting closer
yeah,
to that. Who knows if they'll actually pull it off? But if they can just drop the whole level gimmick that they had for the hotel, I think they'd be there.
yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. But I wouldn't put But there's also other games that have made the list that we necessarily wouldn't put there
Sure, sure.
as best of all time. But either way, number 39, the Somnian Files.
Yeah, yeah.
I've heard amazing things about this game. I've not had a chance to check it out.
I played a small bit, but not enough. I've got to go back one day because I really enjoyed what I played.
Mm. Number 40, just couldn't break in Monster Hunter World. We never got a single Monster Hunter.
Just couldn't break in number 40.
Well,
these are all very close.
It couldn't break into a number 10 for
Yeah.
any of the lists. Is that no Monster Hunter was just able to make it?
No, it's the curse. It's the curse.
Yeah. 41, Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia.
Love this
Probably
one.
my second favorite Fire Emblem. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, really, really like this one. You don't necessarily go to it for the gameplay. It's a little bit limited there, but everything surrounding it, like the story's brilliant. I loved like this point and click villages and then exploring caves in like third person, like really cool stuff.
Got this wonderful art style. It is the first fully voiced Fire Emblem game, and it's so wonderfully done. Like it's the production values are carry
really
quite
high.
a bit. Well, it's still very fun.
Yeah, it's my favorite art style in the series. I love how this portraits look. I love how the towns are designed. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah. Number 42, Neo: The World Ends With You.
Man, hard done by game. Very hard done by game.
Square sent this thing to die. I've not had a chance to play it myself yet. I have played a little bit of it, but what I've played is like they've translated this really well from the style of the original DS version to making it 3D.
Yeah, you play the port of the first World Ends With You on Switch. And like they didn't really get it. Like they didn't really transfer this around.
That was rough.
Yeah,
you have to play that in handheld if you're going to play that.
You do. But then they reinvented it with this one really, really well. Yeah, gorgeous art style. And it's hard to follow a game like The World Ends With You because it's so iconic and so well told. I think it could have just been a one-off, but they managed to follow up really well there.
No, I'm excited to play it eventually. 43, we have another tie, this time between The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion and Valkyria Chronicles. My number one game that I put on the wild card list because I love Valkyria Chronicles and it deserves more love.
It does. It does. I would have loved to see that here.
And Oblivion's Oblivion, definitely a favorite, but it's interesting that Morrowind made it in, Skyrim made it in, but Oblivion didn't. When it feels like Oblivion is the one that when the series really took off, at least in my eyes, so I started paying attention to it more.
Yes,
but just apparently really competitive wherever it was, wherever a poll was. Number 45, Live Alive.
Oh, Live Alive, very cool as well.
Not bad showing for a game that didn't get ported into didn't get localized until a few years ago.
Yeah, I want to go back at some point and play the Super Nintendo original because I love how pretty it is in the remake, but I want that context for how it used to look.
That'd be cool.
This inspired a lot of indie developers. Like Undertale wouldn't be what it was without Live Alive. Very iconic and influential game.
Mm-hmm. Number 46. This one hurts. I wish it could have made it on. Resident Evil Remake.
Yeah.
The original RE remake. Should have, but sadly not.
Yeah, that should have been a shoo-in for the GameCube top 10. I don't know what you're all thinking.
You need to play more Resident Evil 1. Anyway, 47, Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, wonderful. This is one that it's not perfect. Like you go and play it, and I think the parkour stuff is wonderful. and then sometimes they give you a gun. It's like, this isn't quite so cool.
Yeah.
And a really good sequel could have made it like a perfect game. It didn't quite get that though.
No. Got another tie for 48 this time between Sekiro Shadows Die Twice and Dragon Quest V.
Oh man.
5 should probably be on there, but for as hard as it is to play, because we only got really the DS release, not a bad show.
There will come a point in the not too distant future where Dragon Quest V HD 2D or reimagined or whatever it is comes out, and everybody says, "I get it now. I get it." And then we'll do these lists again, and it'll make it a number one.
Yeah, there we go. And finally, at number 50, we love Katamari.
Another Katamari. All
Basically,
right.
the other Katamari that everybody talks about. So
yeah.
There you go. Just to go a little further out, just to have just a not giving numbers. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, Pac-Man 2 The New Adventures. That was wild to see that rise up. Katawa Shoujo, another visual novel. This is a more of a dating focused one. This time with the one where you it's all about handicapped girls.
Okay.
No More Heroes, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Punch Out Wii, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Omori, Sonic Robo Blast 2, Tomodachi Life, Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, Doom Eternal, Eco, Kirby Air Ride, Return to the Obra Dinn. Those are all the games that have 80 points or more.
Oh man, yeah.
So
some cool games there, but no Guitar Man.
Nope. I don't know. Guitaru Man even make it? It got, if I totaled it up properly, it would have gotten 27 points.
Damn it.
Which is honestly not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
When you really
Very
think,
cool
look
game.
at it. But so yeah. There is our wild card list. And with that, I now have a list of our 500 plus 501, excuse me, finalists for the greatest game of all time, which the poll will be live at this point. And you can choose your top 10 games from those list of 500s. Good luck. That's going to be a hard choice. Your favorites might not have made it on there, but trust me, you will find something that you like on this list. I think overall it turned out rather well. I'm excited to see what made it. I hope it's not entirely Nintendo dominated, but in the interest of giving this as much time as possible in order to, I want this to hit at least 3,000 votes.
Okay.
I want it to be GameCube. So I'm going to give it 2 weeks of voting. So we're going to have 2 weeks of voting for the greatest game of all time for you to submit your top 10. I'm going to bug all my friends to post it everywhere they can as well to try to get this spread as much as possible. So we're going to be in 2 weeks, reveal the results of our greatest games of all time list. And in the meantime, we will be back next week because John, we had a lot of games make it onto the list that we didn't actually get to properly talk about because of the duplicates rule. So we'll be back next time to talk about the games that have made it onto this list that were basically added on later.
Okay. Bit of reflection time.
Then. Stuff that made it onto the Game Gear that once the duplicate clause hit, same things for that. So now we get to properly talk about those, and Ikaruga Arcade and House of the Dead 4 and Mario Wonder and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, stuff like that. To lay out our thoughts. And it's going to have to be quick because there's actually quite a few games that have made that list sense. But I think it'll be fun, a nice way to just have a conversation as we're waiting for the final poll to finish up. So that is that. Thank you all so much for watching, for voting, for following us along for this crazy experiment that I decided to do. Why did I do this?
It's nearly over.
Yep. It's almost there, so we can finally see what our greatest of all time is. I hope you're excited for that, but thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to it, subscribing to GVG, hitting the like button, and ringing that bell. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/GVGaming with plenty of extra perks. So until next time, bye.